Hi, well, this video is going to be the accent tag. So I have my questions ready here on my telephone. I'm going to follow the standard format, but I'm going to read the questions in English and then answer them in Spanish. So, where are you from? I'm originally from a town called Abingdon in Oxfordshire, and I currently live in the Valley of St. Nicholas in a hamlet near the village of El Retiro in Antioquia in Colombia. Pronounce the following words: aunt, tía, roof, techo, theater, teatro, iron, hierro, salmon, salmón, caramel, caramelo, fire, fuego, water, agua, New Orleans, Nueva Orleans, no sé, pecan, nuez, liso, I would say, not sure if that's correct. Both, los dos, no sé. Probably. I can't remember how you say probably in Spanish. Posiblemente. Alabama. Alabama. Lawyer. Abogado. Coupon. I would probably say punticos. Puntos. I think that's what people say in supermarkets. I'm not sure. Mayonnaise, mayonnaise, saying pecan again I would say nuez liso. If that's incorrect, please tell me. Court, pijao, I would say. Naturally, naturalmente. Aluminium, aluminio. GIF. I don't know if you say that differently in Spanish. GIF? Let's see. Ni idea. YouTube. YouTube. Social media, redes sociales. Crackerjack. I have absolutely no idea how you would translate that into Spanish, or whether it would even be meaningful to translate into Spanish. I don't think so. I can't even think of an English sentence where we would use the word crackerjack. No idea. Doorknob. I don't know how you say that in Spanish. Is it mejilla? No sé. I can't remember. Envelope. Sobre. I would say sobre. I'm not sure if that's correct. And jipoy. Gipoy? No sé. What is it called when you throw toilet paper on a house? I don't understand that question. I'm not sure if it's an American phrase. Why would you throw toilet paper at a house? No, I don't understand the question at all. It seems like very bad behavior to me. Maleducación, that's what I would call it. What is a bubbly carbonated drink called? Well, in England, I would call that a fizzy drink. I'm not a big fan of fizzy drinks. I only like carbonated water. Here I would call it soda. What do you call gym shoes? Well, in England I would call it trainers. Here I would call it tennis. I haven't owned a pair of those for decades and don't plan on owning any anytime soon. What do you call your grandparents? I call my grandparents Granny and Grandpa in England. I would call them my abuelitos here, I guess. Abuelos. What do you call the wheeled contraption in which you carry groceries at the supermarket? Well, in England I would call it trolley, but here I would call it carrito. Carrito. What is the thing you change the TV channel with? In England, I would say remote control, but here, I don't know, do you say controlador? I say if you say that, it sounds like a person that controls you. I don't think that's correct. I'm not sure. Don't know. Not sure. Choose a book and read a passage from it. Well, I have to say I'm a bit lazy. I still tend to read everything in English when I can. So I'm going to read a paragraph from this book, which is like selections of historical paragraphs about the local city of Rio Negro. So I'm going to say, en el año de 1789, 30 vecinos de Río Negro y Maranilla se dirigieron al gobernador de la provincia pidiéndole permiso para establecerse en las montañas de Sonsón, halagados por la fertilidad de sus tierras. Alma y nervio de este núcleo colonizador fue don José Antonio de Alzate, rionegreño. Para evitarse posteriores pleitos, convinieron en comprar por 2,000 pesos un globo de tierra. Surgió entonces una población que se denominó San José de Espeleta, San José de Espeleta de Sonsón, ubicada en la loma de Maitamac. The next question is, if I can find it on my phone. Would you be a wizard or a vampire? Well, probably wouldn't be either. Here they would say brujo or vampiro, I would say, for wizard or vampire. No, I would be un espía. A spy. Do you have an accent? I think that everybody has an accent, and their accent is a fusion of many things. The place where they grew up, the school they went to, all the other places they've been since then, how isolated they are from the place where they grew up, and things like that. For example, some of my family emigrated to New Zealand many years ago, and when I used to talk to them on the telephone, because many of them have now died, when I used to talk to my grandma's sister, for example, on the telephone, she would have the most archaic English accent, like it sounded like something from a 1940s propaganda movie or something like that. So I think that even though she'd moved to New Zealand, in an odd way, her English accent became even more preserved and strange. So does that answer the question? Do I think I have an accent? Yeah, I think I have. In English, I think I have quite a strong, certainly English accent. As to what part of England or something, I don't know, maybe other people might comment. And in Colombia, I would say, yeah, I have a sort of fusion of English and Paisa inflections. Entonces sí, creo que tengo un acento en español, claro que sí. Which house at Hogwarts would you like to be in? Well, I know that Hogwarts is the school in J.K. Rowling's books, Harry Potter, but I haven't read any of them, so I couldn't really answer that question. At school in England, my house was called Boya. Entonces, creo que como el club en el colegio mío, que era un colegio de monjas, se llamaba Boya. I don't think it makes any sense in Spanish whatsoever. I'm not sure they have that system here. Do you have a phobia, and do I know its scientific name? I'm trying to think of things that I really am quite scared of. No, yo no creo que tenga una fobia. específica. For example, I'm not scared of spiders. Los insectos no me molesta. Ya no me molesta después de tanto tiempo en Colombia, no. What is one unusual fact about myself? Como un dato importante que nadie conozca. That I used to be married to a man from Pakistan, que estaba casado con un hombre de Pakistán hace muchos años. Do I say crisps or chips? In England, I would definitely say crisps. Here I would say papitas. Y mis papitas favoritas son margaritas de pollo. A mí me encanta. También maicitos y a mí no me gusta tanto esas papitas de limón que les venden en Colombia, a mí no me gusta, pero es que aquí a la gente le encanta todo que tiene sabor limón, a mí no tanto. Limón artificial, no, a mí no me gusta. Jam or jelly? In England, I would say jam, and I don't like marmalade, for example, because, well, I don't know if this is correct, but the way I understand the difference between jam and marmalade is that basically jam is pink and marmalade is orange, but I think that that's probably not technically correct. I think that's might just be in my family, I don't know. And here we would say marmalada for any kind of jam. Again, I'm not a huge fan of jam. A mí no me gustan tanto las marmeladas, aparte de marmelada de cereza del bosque. Como que tiene textura. A mí no me gusta una marmelada que es como un puré. A mí no me gusta. Rubbish or trash? Definitely rubbish. In England and here basura. Elevator or lift? Again, in England, I would definitely say lift. Here I would say ascensor. Not sure if that's correct. Pants or trousers? Definitely trousers. Although I have to say I don't really ever wear trousers. I never really find a situation where I have to wear trousers, but I do tend to wear black jeans 99% of the time, you know, the skinny ones that don't quite meet the bottom of my ankle, which is why I often have lots of insect bites like around my ankle. But in Spanish, I would definitely say pantalones. Or here you say, even if the jeans are not blue, you say blue jeanses. So I would say like blue jeans is negros, which sounds really strange. Don't know if that's Latin American, Colombian. Not sure. The thing is, all of my Spanish, I have to say, was really acquired in Colombia because when I first emigrated here, I didn't really speak any Spanish. I had done a brief Spanish course of a few weeks at King's College London, and my teacher was from, initially my teacher was a guy from Buenos Aires, and he had a kind of Italian accent as well because he was half Italian. And then I had a teacher for another couple of weeks who was from Lima in Peru. And then after that, my teacher was from Madrid, and she was hardcore. But like I say, in total, I probably had 12 weeks Spanish before I came here. What was the question again? Oh yeah, so I don't really know how much of my Spanish is Colombian, how much of it is Antioquian, how much of it is kind of more Latin American. Perhaps other people can comment on that. Taxi or cab? Well, in England, you would say black cab, I guess, because I used to live in London, so I don't know you'd say black cab. Now I think the culture is more like Uber, or Uber, I don't know, I've never taken one myself. And then taxi. I would say my answer to that would be chiva. You probably have to be Colombian to understand that. Mobile or cell phone? in England, mobile phone, and here, celular. Celular, definitely. Although my previous phone, which was until recently like one of those really old Nokia ones that, you know, doesn't do anything except ring, and the battery lasts for 10 years, that my Spanish teacher told me that I ought to call a flecha, una flechita, which is quite interesting because I think in Spanish that literally means an arrow. And what he told me was that because my Nokia phone was so out of date and archaic, that here people call it an arrow because it's like a reference to the fact that the indigenous people lost against the Spanish because they only had arrows, whereas the Spanish had, you know, more heavy-duty weapons when they were ransacking Latin America in the 1500s. So until recently, I used to call my phone actually una flechita, mi flechita. Do I know anybody from YouTube in real life? No. Or other social media? Yes, I've met a few people from Twitter and Instagram. That could be another video. End the post by saying any 3 words you want. Well, in English, I will say wood, as in, you know, that kind of wood, tree wood. Erotic, what else? And cheese, which I'm more or less allergic to. So I don't know why I said that. Probably because I quite like some cheese. And in Spanish, I'm going to say carriel, which is a very typical Antioquian bag, which actually apparently comes from the word carriole in English, which was a bag that was introduced by travelers or, you know, perhaps even mercenaries to this part of the country. I would also say equidad and paz.